Hi everyone, it's Laura Lee. Welcome back to my channel, and thank you for joining me for another video. Today we're going to be doing a short little unstuffing of my wallet to prepare for the next week of cash stuffing. I know I talked about in a previous video how I reallocate these funds for September since our income is a little bit different this month, and how my husband's hours have been fluctuating a little bit more, so I wanted to explain that process to you on camera this time. Okay, so first things first, I'm going to unstuff my wallet. And I'm going to calculate how much I have left in each of my envelopes. So that's 60 in spending still. So that means that I didn't spend anything in our spending. My husband and I have been trying really hard to have like a couple of no spend weeks where we don't really buy anything extra because we're saving up for specific goals, like my husband's birthday that's coming up. In grocery, we have 50, 55, 56, 57. Okay, so 57. And as we've been cutting back on our grocery costs as well too, and just trying to really be smart about what we do buy and being really intentional about the things that we use in the house and the things that we're not using and the things that the kids like and that we like. And so that's been an ongoing process. So that leaves that. And then in coffee, we have 10, 20, 25. Dining, we did go out to eat, so this one only has 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 left. And then in our buffer this week, we didn't have to use it, so that still has 20 in it. And then this is our Sam's one, so that's going to stay in there, but I'm going to leave that. I'm going to leave that in there for a minute because I'm actually going to put some money into it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that I count this money and that it's accurate. So we're going to do, there's 150. So it's 50 plus 2, 4, 6, 8 plus 80 plus 10, 20, 30 plus 5, 10 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, that gives us a total of 177. So my husband and I, we start out the week with a total of 320. So us being able to not spend and kind of being really conscious of how much money we need to be able to put into envelopes to meet those deadlines has actually worked. So what we're going to do now is we're going to reallocate this to some of these envelopes that I'm talking about. So I'm going to start off with calculating that, and I'll explain as I go along why I picked the amounts I picked and how I got to those numbers. Okay, so what I'm going to do first is I'm going to remove this Sam's one because I'm going to end up putting some money into this one in a minute here. But I'm going to save that to the end because I'll put the remaining amount that I have into this Sam's envelope. Because we're always having to make a Sam's run, so I always try to keep some money left over in there. I'm going to put this to the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out my sinking funds one. And then I'm going to look at where I am lacking in these envelopes, because remember, I'm partially filling them. I'm not doing a full fill for some of these because we had to reallocate funds, and that's very common to have to do in your finances, you know, especially if you have fluctuating finances like our family does. It's not the same thing all the time. So it's really, there's a lot of back and forth about how you have to reallocate things, and you have to kind of get creative and just really know your finances and know your budget for things. So that's kind of where we're at with it. I think that my husband's income will become a little bit more stable as time goes on, but for right now, he kind of just started a new job, and we're still trying to figure out like what that weekly number is going to be. So so our total is 177. I know I said that before. So I'm going to look at Christmas, and I'm going to see how much extra I need to meet that goal. So this one says that so my goal is $100 a week. What I've been able to do is I've been able to put at least $50 in a week. So what I'm going to do with this extra money is I'm going to take this 50, excuse me, and I'm going to add it in here, because that's one of my top 3 priorities. Christmas, my emergency fund, and my debt are my main priorities. But my debt is an extra debt payments because we already make payments on credit cards and things like that. So I'm just going to update the tracker. And I don't remember the date off the top of my head right now, but I'll fix that later. I'll go back and add it. So that makes 200 in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure I subtract 50 from over here. Next, I'm going to look at emergency. And that one got its full amount, so I'm going to skip that one. Extra debt got its full amount, so I'm going to skip that one. My husband's birthday is coming, so like it's in like the next 2 weeks. So I'm trying really hard to meet this goal. So I have one more cash stuffing before I have to meet this goal. So what I'm going to look at how much I need. So my goal for this is like 200. So I know that I've been pretty able to be pretty consistent about putting $50 into this every week. So my goal number before September came and the finances got a little crazy was 70 a week. So in order to meet my goal, I'm going to have to put at least $30 into this one so that I can put another 50 in, and then I'll be at my goal for the week for this envelope. So then I'll be able to take it to the bank and I'll be able to shop for his birthday. So I'm going to put 30 in this because that'll bring my total up to 150. And, you know, 150 plus 50 is 200, and that's my goal. So that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to count and make sure that number is right. So 50, 100, 120, 140, 150. Make sure you update your tracker and say how much you put in and what the total is now. Okay, my father-in-law's birthday is also coming. Don't forget to subtract over here. Don't be like me. Don't forget to do that because you'll get lost. I subtracted wrong. That's okay, I'll just start again. Okay, so we have 177 minus 50 for Christmas minus 30 for my husband's birthday. That's better. Okay, so my father-in-law's birthday is coming also in the same week as my husband's. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at this just like I did with my husband's. And my goal for this has changed to 60 instead of 80. I just don't think I'm going to meet that 80 goal, and I wasn't saving for anything specific for him like I was for my husband. So I'm okay with, you know, reconsidering my goal for that. One thing that doesn't get talked about a lot is like how you have to be strict about your goals, and like you have to like be on track, but you also need to have some grace with yourself, and you need to have some, hi kitty, go on. Sorry, he's trying to sit with me. You need to have some grace with yourself, and you need to understand when those goals become unrealistic or become something that you're just not going to be able to do. And then you just need to really, like I said, have grace on yourself and just really accept where you're at with your finances. And instead of, beating yourself up about it, oh, I didn't make it, or, oh, this and that, it's okay. Nobody's perfect. And finances take a really long time to get good at, and they take a really long time to be able to predict. And even when you think that you've gotten to the point where, oh, my finances are so predictable now, I can do this, something will come up. You'll have an emergency, like we did in September, like we did this month, and it'll throw everything off. So just keep that in mind when you're doing this. Like, it's okay if your goals change. It's okay if you don't make it to where you wanted it to be. So yeah, I just wanted to have a little pep talk about that, because I know for me, I can sometimes get that way, and I don't know if anyone else does, but sometimes I do. So just in case someone else has that nature to them. Anyways, so getting back into this. So in order to meet this goal of 60, this new goal of 60, I only have to put 10 in here. So I'm going to do that so I can close this one out, and that way I can go shopping for his birthday too. So I'm going to make sure, pull it all out. I'm going to make sure that there's 60 in here. 2, 5, 6. Perfect. I'm going to update that. Plus 10 will give us that 60 number that we're looking for. Okay, my son's birthday is another one that is coming up pretty quick. His birthday's in the beginning of October. So I need to put, my goal amount for this has been $40 a week. It's been, what's my goal number? See, this is why I have this little thing in the front so I can remember. $40 a week. Okay, I was right. All right, my goal has been $40 a week for this, but since it's coming up, I'm going to prioritize it a little bit more. Plus, I have my husband's birthday closing out, and I have my father-in-law's birthday closing out. The funds that are going towards my husband's birthday are going to start going towards my birthday when that one closes out, and the funds that are going towards my father-in-law's birthday are going to go towards my son's birthday until we get to that number. So that's kind of how I reallocate those funds and make those envelopes work for me. I have an intentional plan for where that money is going to get snowballed into. Okay, so we're going to add, because remember, that goal is 40. So I added, I added an extra 10. I'm going to count this and make sure that number is correct. Sometimes your tracker can trick you. 20, 40, 50. Okay, so that's right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an extra 30 into this one, because like I said, that's coming up. So I'm being conscious of that. And then we're going to recount. Okay, so 20, 40, 60, 70, 80. So that's pretty good. So we're going to get that to, we're going to put that to 80. So that's plus 30. Now there's 80 in that. So we might meet that goal a little earlier than I anticipated, which is great. Okay, I'm not going to put anything in gifts. I'm not going to put anything in Halloween because that one was fulfilled all the way, and so was gifts. I'm not going to put anything in Thanksgiving because that's further away than my other goals are. I am going to put money into baby shower, though, because our baby shower is in the middle of October. So that's another one that I really have to concentrate on filling. So I'm actually going to put I'm going to put 30 in here. Okay, so that's 10, 25, 30. I'm going to take these out. And I'm going to make sure that my numbers is correct. So we have 50, 100, 120, 140, 150, 155, 160. We're going to do plus 30 here to give us that 160 that we just counted. Okay, so that brings us to the end. That's just my extra savings one. So that brings us to the end. And as you can see, I've forgotten to do my calculator. See how easy it is to forget to do that while you're doing all this math? But that's okay, because you know what? It's really simple. If you do that, you can just flip to the front. And I highly suggest writing down your number. I have written down that number over here off camera. So we know that we started out with 177. Okay, and then yeah, so like my little piece of paper just looks like this. I just wrote it all down as I went, so it's just off camera. Okay, so we start off with 177, then we subtracted 50 for Christmas, and then we subtracted, and you can look right here so you'll know, subtracted 30 for my husband's birthday, 10 for my father-in-law's birthday, another 30 for my son's birthday. We didn't do gifts, Halloween, or Thanksgiving, but we did the baby shower, and the baby shower is minus 30. So that leaves us with $27. So I said that if I had extra, what I was going to do is I was going to put it in my Sam's envelope. So because my family's already always needing to go to Sam's, like I said before in a previous video, that we buy in bulk because I have 3 going on 4 children, and then there's my husband and me at the same time. So we're a family of 5, which is pretty sizable in America. So we're going to add those funds to this. And we're going to update that tracker. So I only had $4 left in here. So I'm going to count this. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. So that brings our total to 31. So plus 31. Oh, so plus 27. See? You gotta be really careful that you don't make the same mistakes that I do. And that brings our total to 31. You don't want to make that mistake. And I like to keep my receipts in the bag. Until I go shopping again, so I can kind of see what the cost of things are, so I can remember. Okay, so thanks for sticking around to watch, everyone. I will do another video pretty soon here about my cash planning for the week, and I'll also explain how I take funds back to the bank, and my process for that as well. So stay tuned, and I'll see you guys in the next video.